لله الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا، ومن يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا. إن أصدق الحديث كلام الله، خير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وإن شر الأمور محدثاتها، كل محدثة بدعة، كل بدعة ضلالة، كل ضلالة في النار. قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما والذين يبيتون لربهم سجدا وقياما والذين يقولون ربنا اصرف عنا عذاب جهنم إن عذاب جهنم كان غراما. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. All praise and gratitude is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from whom we seek guidance, forgiveness and mercy. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us, have mercy upon us, bless us all, and forgive us all. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. My brothers and my sisters, pretty soon we're going to be embarking upon the month of Ramadan, the month of mercy, the month of forgiveness, and the month where we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to not throw us in the hellfire. As I read the ayahs from Surah Al-Furqan, the last ayah that I read speaks specifically about that. This is also a month where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us of the night that equals 1,000 months. It's the month where Quran was sent upon us through Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It is the month of mercy. And as a thanksgiving to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and out of gratitude, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us to fast this month. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala locks up shaitan so that for us it is easy to submit to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We stop halal that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made halal upon us. We make it haram because of the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says stop, and we stop. And when He says eat, we break the fast. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He had made fasting upon us fun, and Qiyamul Layl is an option. Many of us run to the masjid for Taraweeh, but we do not do Qiyamul Layl. Some of us, during the last Ashra, particularly, stay up and spend time in Qiyamul Layl. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam routinely used to do Qiyamul Layl. And that is something we do not do during the month of Ramadan as well. We feel that when we come for Taraweeh, we have completed that responsibility. The option of Qiyamul Layl is finished. It is not. Even though it is an option, but it is something that everybody is asleep and you are connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that you have taken time out, that you have fasted the day, that you have not slept, that you have gone for Taraweeh, and that you have come up again before Sahur and you are standing up in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and asking for forgiveness. Submitting to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our responsibility. That is our thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He sent Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who was given the hikmah of teaching how, when, what, and depending on the individual, how. How does it relate to me compared to you? How is it different for each and every one of us? How gentle He was with people. How gentle was He with people that were angry with Him. How gentle He was and how forgiving He was with the people that threw thorns, garbage, and put a cloth around His neck to kill Him. But He was gentle to them. And He forgave them all. That is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And He showed us how to make Qiyamul Layl. He showed us how to fast. He showed us how easy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it for us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Al-Baqarah too, that I have made it easy for you. How is it easy? Ask yourself. 14 plus hours of fast, peak of summer. And then you run for Tarawih, which is for some people as good as doing Farad. How is that easy? It is easy because the reward is over there in the Akhirah. The reward is the part that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring that I have made it easy for you. So we run for the ease. And that is the nature of a human being, that we run for the ease. We run for the things that is simple to do. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows our nature and told us, I have made it easy for you. Easy over there. So when you come, you are greeted. You are greeted, my brothers and my sisters. That you stood up in the middle of the night after fasting, after giving up halal stuff. You stood up in the middle of the night just so that I can communicate with you. So that you can ask me, Ya Rabbi, forgive me. Ya Rabbi, bless me. Ya Rabbi, give it to my children. Ya Rabbi, make my children pious people. Make them like Abdullah bin Umar. Make them like Abdullah bin Umar. Make them like Hassan. Make them like Hussein. That is what you and I want to ask. That is what you and I want for our children. That is what we want from our children, that they can stand up for the sake of Allah. They can stand up and say that this is wrong. You can go to Kufa and say, this is wrong. You can stand up and say that. That is what we want for my children, for your children, for our children, and for our generations to come. We want our generations to be Muslims, to be the ones who have submitted to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody else. And the reward is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody else either. That you are doing it for the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you're doing it so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with you. And when you ask sincerely. You ask humbly. And you ask, Ya Rabbi, what can I do? Like Ibrahim alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I tested him. And he said, Aslam. He did not ask questions like I do. He did not say, middle of summer, can I move it to, November or December? This fasting? Come on, No such thing. Aslam. He submitted. My brothers and my sisters, 1,000 months. One of my younger brother one time told me how many years that is. Some of us don't live that long too. It's 83 point some months, years in individual's life. If you are able to grasp Laylatul Qadr, your life is finished. This is the month when nawafil are equal to farad. And farad, when you do, 70 times. And when you give one, it is multiplied 700 times. This is the month that we give. This is the month that we are generous. This is the month that even if you have a penny and you need it, you give that penny away. Because you are looking for the reward. And again, you're looking for the reward in Akhirah. We're not looking for you. You are trying to put it in a bank account. A bank account that has the interest, the divine interest. And the interest is your interest, not the riba interest. It is in your interest, and it is with the bank of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The bank that does not go bankrupt, the bank that is not run by human beings, the bank that never goes bankrupt. And your account is not taken away by anybody else. There is no hacker looking into your account. It is between you and him. Direct connection. Nobody else coming in between. So this is the month that I have to force myself. I have to give up my sleep, just like I give up my food, just like I give up my drinking. Give it up. Halal is haram upon me because Allah said so. And I am going to please Him. So we have a few days in front of us to plan. Sit in front of your laptop, your computer, your iPad, or a piece of paper. Write down from the moon sighting to the moon sighting, what is your day and night going to be like? Plan. Plan for it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to plan. And He is telling us, this is the month I am generous. I am opening my doors. I am locking up shaitan. You take advantage of this opportunity. I have locked up shaitan, so it is easy for you. It is easy for me because shaitan is locked up. So I am not tempted by shaitan. If I am tempted, I am tempted by myself and my nafs and my own self. Because I have not controlled my nafs. I have not controlled my desires. So this is the month to control the desires. When you're fasting, control desires. Get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Taqwa does not equal khawf. Khawf is a separate word in Quran. My brothers and my sisters, love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Qurba. Come close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bring yourself closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my brothers, my sisters. And see the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Read Allah's speech in the Quran that tells you how much He loves us. How much easy it is to be closer to Him. He gives us 10 when we do one good deed. And when we do one wrong thing, He does not write it down. Maybe this servant of mine will ask for forgiveness. And when he does, I will erase it. As if it never existed. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And even if it is written down, and I say, Ya Rabbi, I was wrong. Ya Rabbi, I was tempted. Ya Rabbi, forget shaitan, I could not control my nafs. And He says, this is my servant. This is my servant who loves me. This is my servant who knows that I am there to forgive him. My servant knows that I am there to bless him. My servant knows that I am merciful, that I will be merciful to him. And that's why, after committing a wrong deed, a sinful deed, he comes to me. You know, when I was a child, I was afraid to go to my mother or my father. My mother would beat me up if I did something wrong. But I am not afraid to go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyone in this congregation can tell me that they are afraid to go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask for forgiveness? No, nobody is. Because we know the love Allah has for us. So we always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, forgive us, forgive us. For I have sinned, forgive us. Forgive me. So month of mercy is coming. The month of rahmah is right here, asking for forgiveness. asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have mercy upon us, to bless us. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are all guided, we are all forgiven, that we are all blessed, and that all of us strive to get Laylatul Qadr, that all of us try to stand up in the middle of the night, even if it is for 10 minutes, we stand up. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept this ibadah from us. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم فاستغفر الله لي ولكم وسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. My brothers, there is room up front. Please come up. People, please move up. والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم خاتم الأنبياء أشرف المرسلين محمد الأمين وآله وصحبه أجمعين. I'd like to share a small story with you folks. And for people who understand, there's a lot of wisdom in it. Grandson of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam observed an individual who was making wudu. And he saw that this man was making wudu in a wrong way. Being the grandson of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah had given him hikmah. And he was thinking, how can I correct this man? How can I show this man the correct way to make wudu? And yet allow this man to have respect. This is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's standard. So he approaches this man and he says, "Uncle, I am going to make wudu. Would you please supervise me? Please watch me and tell me if I'm doing something wrong. And if you see something wrong, please correct me." So he starts to make wudu from start to beginning, and he ends. Of course, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught this grandson. The man is taught. The man learns from this experience. The man is given the respect the man deserves. And the lesson is taught as well. Hikmah is a mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And not everyone is given this hikmah. We have to learn from the examples set forth for us by the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself. Sayyidina Ali was in a battle, and he has the sword and ready to kill the opponent, and the opponent spits on his face. Sayyidina Ali stands up, does not do anything to the man. The man looks at him and says, "Why did you not kill him? Why did you not kill him?" Sayyidina Ali says, "When you spit on me, you were insulting me. And if I killed you, it could be because I killed you of the insult you did to me. And because of that, question mark, I did not want to do this. Because to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I want to stand up and say, I did it for your sake. If there is a shred of doubt in there that I did it because the man spit on my face, my ego is involved. The takabbur is there. The takabbur that got shaitan out of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This month, we have to change ourselves. We have to make a change in our thought process. We have to ask ourselves, am I doing things that could be considered takabbur? Could I be doing something like Sayyidina Ali? That I step down and say, I'm not going to kill you anymore because now you have insulted me. I do not do this. I do it only for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anything from here on is my personal pride. And that should not come into play. Month of Ramadan, blessed month that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it easy for you, easy for us to ask, easy for us to give in our nafs, our personal needs. Give it up. Make it easy. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد رب اغفر لي ولوالدي والمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الحياء منهم والأموات إنك حميد كريم مجيب الدعوات ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله يذكركم واذكروه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون